the technical phase of the updates. We'll now take in the following order the Honorable Ministers. The Honorable Minister of Aviation, followed by the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, followed by the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, and finally, the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture. Honorable Minister of Aviation.
Gentlemen of the press, good afternoon. Certainly in civil aviation, we are in very difficult moment like everyone else. All of this started because someone traveled and unfortunately came back home with it. And the consequence is what we've been going through. So we are very aware of our responsibilities and the weight attached to this. We are worse hit than any other sector. Some 17 billion monthly is being lost by the airlines thanks to COVID-19. The sector is highly regulated and very coordinated and has set standards that must be followed at all times, regardless, because they speak to safety. So safety, security, and efficiency of the sector is extremely important regardless of what is going on. We would not be able to just open up after closing for several weeks and perhaps for some months, to open up and start businesses as usual. There are safety issues concerned. Typical example, you keep your car stagnant and perhaps maybe put it on jack or on stone and grease it and leave it, and you come back 6 months, you want to kickstart the same car, you develop problems. So those airplanes have been kept. When we are going to bring them back into service, we will ensure that they are airworthy and that they can make those flights and safely. So also the flight crew, those people flying the airplanes, they have certain standards they must conform with. They have their licensing issues which would come due or fall due for recurrency to be done within this period. So what do you do with them? Certainly they won't just pick up their bags and continue where they left. They must conform to those standards and ensure that they are safe to operate, both in terms of their medical health and in terms of their proficiency to be able to conduct a very safe flight. So there are also other issues like the state safety programs, and that must be adhered to. There are protocols that we developed for the COVID-19, which included the social or physical distancing, use of mask, washing of hands, and other protocols. So we have to train the industry people to be able to conduct such activities. Also within the aircraft itself, yesterday during the briefing at National Assembly, House of Reps, I explained very simple issues like the cabin crew, whose role is to keep you alive, not to serve you tea. Serving tea is complementary to what they do, but to keep you alive. And these people need to keep physically distant, need to also be trained, need to be told what to do in case of emergency or somebody showing those signs in flight, and so on, which is a possibility. All of this and several other activities need to be done for us to open flights to become regular. And we're not alone. We are in a world of aviation that there is only one aviation, Aviation B. What obtains in Canada, obtains in Burundi, is the same thing. So we need to conform to all of that. However, we didn't fold our arms and do nothing. We have developed requirements that we need to ensure that it's done. The NCAA, which is the regulator, has been in touch with stakeholders, and we are developing the how to come back to businesses. Certainly, we feel very sad. We want to come back more than yesterday because if you look at what is going on, all of the income of that sector depends upon when you fly. And we're not able to do so. So this is really weighing on us heavily as an aviation industry. So we try the best that we can to resume as quickly as we can to ensure that the resumption is safe, resumption is secure, resumption is very efficient, and in the manner that we keep all of us safe and secure. And finally, I think maybe it's the time when we can explain one or two issues. But I think maybe due want of time, we can do that lately. But just to say that aviation, we have a roadmap that we are running that is approved by Mr. President. And since we started approving and implementing that roadmap, we've seen tremendous amount of improvement. To the end of 2018, Q4, aviation becomes the second fastest growing sector in the country after water and sanitation. And Q4 2019, which just finished, aviation is now the fastest growing sector in Nigeria. This is the MBS figures, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. So we believe that the roadmap we are running is taking aviation to the greater heights and is adding to the GDP and to the general well-being of our economy. So we want to come back quick. We want to come back in safe, secure, and efficient manner. Thank you.